Sony, you were so close. If you don't like camera gear, shut this off. What's up, guys? So Sony just had an announcement in San Diego today. They had a live, let me fix this. As far as turtlenecks go, that's much better. Sony had an announcement today. They were announcing a new camera. Now, some of you may know, I'm a big fan of the Sony A6400. I own the camera. I love the camera. This is the Sony A6500. As you can see, I've slightly modified it. I have a Zeiss 24-70 f4 on here with a small rig wooden grip. I have a side wooden grip that I put on the top, and right now it's got the mount for the gimbal. And it's a great camera, guys. I've vlogged with it before. I've taken it on trips. It has some downsides to it, but it's got that nice smooth 120 frames a second, which you just don't get with a lot of cameras, especially something that's this small. This is pretty small, guys. I mean, you throw a little 16 pancake lens on it, you get that nice wide angle, 120 frames a second. And downside, like all Sony cameras, is it's got the tilty, flippy, stupid screen. Well, Sony just announced the A6400. Okay, the progression was this: the Sony A6000, the A6300, the A6500. Now they're doing the A6400. Like, I don't know if they were just trying to go after what the highest ISO it can handle is. I saw this camera and I was like screaming as soon as I saw it. I was just like, oh my, they made it! The ultimate vlogging camera. Guys, they didn't make the ultimate vlogging camera. They didn't. It stinks. Look. You want to know what the Sony A6400 looks like? I could legit have shown this to you and said it was the A6400, and you guys would have thought it was the A6400, because this is exactly what the A6400 looks like. It's no more different. It's not any bigger. It's super small, and that's fine, guys. I love small cameras. I like this because it's so small. Some of you may know, I'm a huge fan of the Sony A5100, okay? This thing, guys, like, this thing can be a lifesaver for you. Like, if you're a Sony fanboy and you don't own this, you're crazy, because, like, look at that. This is the size of my wallet. Like, look, this is my phone. It's smaller than my phone, guys. Okay, it's smaller than my phone. Yes, it's a little wider, okay, but this can go in your back pocket and it can shoot 1080 at 60 frames a second. It has a flippy screen, no external mic, okay, but 1080 at 60p, it's literally the same sensor practically, okay? This just has some more features in it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge crop sensor Sony fanboy, not gonna lie. Most likely going to end up getting the Sony A6400, but look, it's 24 megapixels. 24 megapixels. It has a new processor. That's great. The A6500 is pretty slow. It's pretty sluggish, guys. Not gonna lie, pretty dated. So hopefully it runs just faster. It has a 2.36 million dot OLED EVF. I have no idea what the EVF is on the 6500, but it's like the same size, so it can't be that much bigger, and so I doubt the resolution's that much better, okay? Also, it's still all the way over here on the side, and has a touch screen. This has a touch screen, shoots 4K and S-Log 3, okay? This has 4K, and it's not 60p, it's 4K at 30. That's what this has. This is 4K at 30. Yes, it has S-Log 3. Okay, but still, like, this isn't enough to, like, and again, slow motion at 120 frames. At 100 megabytes a second. This has 120 frames a second at 100 megabytes a second. The camera, on paper, to me, I'm sorry, it's just not that much better than a Sony A6500. Yes, it is only $900. A Sony A6500 is around $1,500. Well, around $1,300 now. When it came out, it was about $1,500. And it has the flippy screen. But the flippy screen is so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, they keep touting this like it's a vlogger's camera. Guys, you had the vlogging camera. It was this. This was a nice beautiful flip up screen. This is what we wanted to see from this. But no one used this for vlogging because the audio on it sucked and there was no way to plug in an external mic. It's is basically like just a little kind of like toy. It's a beginner's type camera. All I have is my Rode NTG2, but like look, okay? If you plug this in, okay? Now the flip screen, remember, this is like the exact same camera. The flip screen comes up and it goes like right here. I don't know if you noticed, but if I put a screen right here, let's use the 5100 as an example here. Flip up screen, okay, ready? If you put a screen right here, you're not gonna be able to see much when you add a mic right in front of it. I'm sorry, this was kind of just a lazy thrown together camera by Sony. Great price point. And again, like I said, I'm most likely going to end up getting it because that selfie screen is amazing. And if you can find a small enough microphone to put on top of it, you're gonna have a really bomb vlogging camera. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be very solid, especially with that 120 frames. People have seen that 120 frames and that is a big trend in the vlogging community. I love it. Everyone, if you're a vlogger and you're not shooting in 60p, you're pretty weird, you're pretty different. And I mean, I admit, sometimes I shoot in 24 frames just because it has a little bit more of a classic cinematic look to it, but for the most part, I'm always shooting in 60p. I'm shooting in it right now in case I need to slow myself down. Sony, you guys were so close. I heard a rumor that this was just kind of a precursor to what you guys are going to be bringing out later, like next month, that you might bring out another crop sensor camera that would be possibly the A7000, which would be better than this, and that the A6400 is more of a replacing the A5100. But I don't know. I feel like Sony was just kind of throwing something together haphazardly. Was that door open? I think my office is haunted, guys. Anyway, I know this has been kind of long, and if you're not interested in the Sony A6400, I am sorry, but I had to talk about this. I had to make a video about this. Regular vlog will be back tomorrow, guys. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.